MJ is just bigger than the game. I mean, no matter who passes him in stats or who wins more, or it's gonna be hard to win.
Yeah,
go 6-0. But even if you were to pass him in anything, just his impact on the sport and just culture in general is just too big. Like you said, he hovers above the sport from what he produced on the court, but also his personality is, like they say, his aura is just too hard to get away from. You know what I'm saying? And that's just from dominance on the floor. Like I've been saying, I said this in a few interviews, he also broke his foot one year, retired for a year. After the second three-peat, still could have, I think he was, 36? 30?
And he came back midway through the year after his retirement.
Yeah, I think he sat out for 3 more years and played again when he was 38. So I think he can say he missed some games too if he'd have been higher too. But like I said, it's bigger than the stats with MJ. And I don't think he has an equal in any industry.
I wish I could take a magic pill, put on shorts and go out and play the game of basketball today. Because that's who I am. That's that type of competition, that type of competitiveness is what I live for. And I miss it. I miss that aspect of playing the game of basketball. Being able to challenge myself against what people see as,
because that was the real me, not the owner, not the legend, not the greatest of all time label, just the guy who walked into the arena and looked his opponent straight in the eye. You see the championships. I missed the grind. I missed 2 minutes left in the fourth. Game on the line, the crowd getting quiet, their best defender glued to my body, his breath in my ear, his hands riding me, trying to move me off my spot in that moment. There are no commercials, no documentaries, no social media, just one question. Are you man enough to take this shot? I live for that moment. They say you're old. They say you've lost a step. They say it's time to pass the torch. What I miss is answering with actions. If I could still lace up and walk into that arena today, I wouldn't care about the numbers. I wouldn't care about social media. I'd lock eyes with the most confident guy on the floor. And I'd tell him, tonight, you've got me. That's the part I miss. That no exit kind of competition, that must win kind of breath, that kind of basketball that makes you feel truly alive.
You think they're letting people get to Michael Jordan? You're tripping.
A 4-time NBA champion just told you that the most famous basketball player who ever lived could not meet women. And not because he lacked the looks or the desire, but because the machine built around him would never allow it. John Salley suited up alongside Michael Jordan on the 1996 Chicago Bulls, the team that won 72 games and a championship. And before that, he had already collected 2 rings with the Bad Boy Pistons, and would later add a 4th with Kobe and Shaq on the Lakers. Salley was the first player in all of NBA history to win championships with 3 different franchises. And when he sat down and was asked what traveling with Michael Jordan actually looked like behind closed doors, his answer caught everyone off guard. The assumption has always been that being Michael Jordan meant the entire world bent in your direction, that the money flowed, the fame opened every door, and women lined up wherever he went. Every room did go silent when he walked in, and every head did turn. That part is accurate. What nobody ever tells you is that none of those people were allowed anywhere near him.
This is what I said. I traveled with Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, the Beatles. That was traveling with. They're not letting anybody near y'all, dog. You ain't getting no stragglers, because there are no stragglers, because you're not letting any of that riffraff near the Messiah.
Salley compared traveling with Michael Jordan to traveling with Elvis Presley, the Beatles, and Michael Jackson, 3 of the most heavily guarded human beings in the history of entertainment. And he put Jordan in that exact same category. On the road, Jordan was not handled like a basketball player. The security detail around him treated him like a sitting president. What Salley explained was that the NBA had more invested in Michael Jordan than it had in the entire Bulls franchise, which meant Jordan was more valuable to the league than he was to his own team. And that level of protection did not just shield him from danger, it shielded him from everybody, women included. Sally admitted that his own best nights on the road came in Miami, and not for the reason you would expect.
The best time was in Miami because when you lose and no one pays attention to you and you go out, the girls still say, you make how much a year?
Right.
It's still that. Then you get to hang out and you ain't so big. No one is targeting you. No one remembers you.
That is the reality of life. As an NBA role player, you lose, nobody recognizes your face, and the freedom that comes with anonymity is something Michael Jordan never once experienced during his entire career. Sally could stroll into any club in South Beach and blend in as a tall guy who happened to play professional basketball. Jordan could not step into a petrol station without the whole building grinding to a halt, and Sally found that out firsthand. He told a story about the one time he managed to talk Michael Jordan into going out, and they were in Philadelphia. Jordan wanted no part of it, kept pushing for Atlantic City, where he could control the environment and keep things quiet, but Sally would not let it go.
I went out with Michael in Philly, and I begged him to go out. He was like, no, we're going, down to Atlantic City. And I said, no, man, forget that, man. They already are on you. Just come to the club. Sal, I can't go tonight. I said, I got it hooked up. We go in the back way. You chill. Can I smoke cigars in there? Yeah.
Sally had the entire night mapped out, a back entrance so nobody would spot them, cigars waiting inside, low lighting to keep things discreet. The whole setup existed to make Jordan invisible for a few hours, and for about 30 seconds, the plan held together. That changed when the club owner walked over, and what happened next explains why Michael Jordan stopped going out altogether.
Get into the joint, the owner of the place come and go, is that Michael? Yeah. In my club? Yeah. Turn the lights on. He turned the lights on.
Oh, shit.
So everybody could see Michael was in his club.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of a nightclub, the owner cranked every light in the building on full blast so that every single person inside could see Michael Jordan standing there. The man did not care whether Jordan had a good time or not, because having Michael Jordan in your venue was the kind of advertising that no amount of money could buy. In that one moment, every chance of a normal evening evaporated completely. Every woman in the room started performing for the most famous man on the planet. Every man in the room locked eyes on him, and every whisper turned into a conversation about Jordan. That is not a night out. That is a cage with a DJ and no exit. And that is the piece of this whole story that people never stop to consider. We talk about Michael Jordan as if he had everything a man could want, and by every measure he did. What is also true is that the man could not sit in a dark corner of a nightclub and have a quiet conversation with someone without the entire building turning into a spotlight aimed directly at his face. Sally called it the worst time.
So imagine, you don't get to meet anybody. I thought it was the worst time.
The other side of that equation is even harder to wrap your head around when you really think about it. Jordan was not famous the way athletes are usually famous. He carried the kind of recognition that follows presidents and royalty. Sally made a direct reference to Game of Thrones, saying that no matter how powerful you are, there are places you simply cannot go. Walking into a bar, sitting down at a restaurant, meeting someone new for the first time, all of those basic human experiences disappeared from Michael Jordan's life the moment he became who he became. Sally also pointed out that LeBron James faces the same prison today. Every time LeBron steps outside, TMZ has a camera on him, and every interaction becomes a headline before the night is over. What makes Jordan's situation even more extreme is that during the 90s there were no camera phones and no social media whatsoever, and the lockdown around him was still airtight. Here is where the conversation shifted into territory nobody saw coming. Sally was asked about Jordan's work ethic, and the answer he gave connects directly back to this isolation. When Sally first landed in Chicago on a 10-day contract, he spent the entire first week just watching and paying attention to how the operation ran, and what he discovered changed the way he understood Michael Jordan as a person.
He reads off how practice is going to go, and you put your hands together, and you break. And then Michael and Scotty would run into the training room.
Okay.
And we would be doing calisthenics and stuff with the heavy ball and running over drills, and they'd be in there getting treatment. And I was like, what's happening? I realized they had already trained. They had already lift weights starting at 7 o'clock in the morning and had breakfast, left breakfast, then came to the arena.
7 o'clock in the morning is when Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Ron Harper started their day, lifting weights in a full session before the rest of the team had even left their hotel rooms, then eating breakfast, letting it settle, and arriving at the arena for a practice that did not begin until 10:30. Every other player on the roster walked into the gym thinking they were starting the workday, while Jordan, Pippen, and Harper had already logged a complete training session before anyone else touched a basketball. Sally revealed that Kobe Bryant followed the exact same routine years later, hitting Gold's Gym at 7, lifting until 8, eating breakfast, and arriving at the facility to start shooting by 10. And that connection is the part of this story that nobody puts together. The reason Jordan trained that way was not simply about discipline or a love of repetition. The basketball court was the one space in his entire life where he held complete control. A nightclub owner could flip the lights on whenever he wanted. Security could block every person within 50 feet, and the entire world could watch his every move. But none of that reached him inside a gym at 7 in the morning when the building sat empty. The court belonged to him and nobody else. Sally also shared a conversation he had with a young Kobe Bryant that ties into this same thread. He asked Kobe directly whether he planned to become the next Michael Jordan, and the answer told you everything about who Kobe was going to be.
Hey, it's your brother Van Silk, taking a walk in the sun. It is hot down here in Florida, man. I feel like something is biting me. Ants and shit. Well, hey, listen. Rock Bottom Sports. Hey, listen, you know, the topic today is going to be about the great Michael Jordan. You know, I was listening to a segment that John Sally did, talking about Jordan. Also included some of the other players that played in the NBA telling their stories about the GOAT, Michael Jordan. Now, he's not the self-proclaimed GOAT. He's never called himself the GOAT. But we called him the GOAT of his generation, GOAT of basketball. Somebody would have asked me my top 10 players. Boy, it would have to be by generations. But off the dome, my top 5 is definitely Jordan, Walt Frazier, Earl Monroe, yeah, Dr. J, Kobe, my 5. My other 5 would be Shaq, Dwayne Wade, Allen Iverson, Steph Curry, Charles Barkley. Don't answer why I didn't put Larry Bird in there. I just did. But y'all check out the rest of these videos on this segment right here, the Michael Jordan Inquiries. You like to know. Yeah, this is the Jackie Robinson. Yo, I got this Jackie Robinson jersey off of the TikTok shop, man. That's right. I like it too. They got the tags, logos, on the shoulder. I think I paid $20 for this, yo. Number 42, the great Jackie Robinson. It's your brother Van Silk, Rock Bottom Sports. Go check out some more about Michael Jordan, the great Michael Jordan, the legendary Michael Jordan. 6-0. Now we know Bill Russell's 11. Robert Horry got 7. Even John Havlicek from the Celtics, he got 7, but you know, 7 rings, but something about Jordan. Something about Jordan. Alright, so while y'all sit up here and watch this, I'm gonna go back in here and eat some more Skittles. Damn right, me and my Skittles. Talk to you later. Peace out.
So you gonna be the next Michael Jordan? He said, I'm gonna be the first Kobe Bryant.
That response came from a teenager who already understood the weight that fame carried. Sally had his own connection to that world, because at one point in his career, he faced a choice between playing in Greece or going to Italy, and he knew about the overseas route because Kobe's father, Jelly Bean, had done it before him. Sally said that if he went to Italy, he was never leaving, and Kobe carried that same energy about everything he touched. The kid spoke fluent Italian from growing up over there, and he brought that same total immersion to basketball. Kobe watched what happened to Jordan, the isolation, and the cost that came with being that level of famous, and he chose to walk that same path, knowing full well what it demanded. Not as a carbon copy, but as himself. Sally explained that after the lowest point of Kobe's personal life, everything locked into place. Kobe's own words were that the only thing that ever took care of him was Vanessa and basketball. And once he found that focus, he never strayed from it again. His beautiful wife forgave him. And from that point forward, his dedication became something Sally described as ridiculous. Karen Butler talked about how hard Kobe used to train, because Butler wanted to reach that same level. And that tells you everything about the kind of standard Kobe set just by showing up every morning. But none of that changes the central truth of this story. Michael Jordan never got to be normal. Not for a single night in Philadelphia, not on some random Tuesday in Miami, not on the road, and not at home. The man who appeared to have everything the world could offer could not access the one thing that every ordinary person takes for granted, a quiet evening where nobody is watching. Sally was asked whether Jordan or Kobe had the greater work ethic? And his answer landed in a place that said more than any stat line ever could. Jordan originated the blueprint, Kobe took it and built on it, and both of them trained before anyone else showed up each morning. What drove that obsession was not just a love of the game, it was the fact that the game was the only thing in their lives that truly belonged to them, and nobody else. When the question came about whether Jordan was the greatest of all time, Sally pushed back hard. His words were that time has not stopped yet. People went after him for giving a top 5 that did not include Michael Jordan, and his response was simple. He called Jordan his constituent and refused to rank him against legends from other eras. Instead, he listed Oscar Robertson, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Bill Russell, Pistol Pete, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Wilt Chamberlain. He talked about growing up watching Bernard King and Albert King and World B. Free come out of Brooklyn, guys from his own neighborhood, and wanting to see Chris Mullin, people from his hood making it. Sally refused to play the game of crowning one single man above all the others because he believed the question itself was flawed. What Sally made clear without ever directly saying it is that no one paid a higher price for greatness than Michael Jordan, and the cost was not measured in rings or MVP trophies or buzzer beaters. It was measured in life. Jordan sacrificed the most basic human experiences for a level of fame that turned him from a person into a product, a commodity that needed to be guarded and marketed and controlled at every single hour of the day. And buried inside all of that machinery was a man who just wanted to sit in a dark room and smoke a cigar in peace. That is the truth about Michael Jordan that nobody tells you. The greatest basketball player who ever lived could not walk into a nightclub, could not meet a woman without the entire world staring, and could not have a single normal night across his entire playing career. The only place he ever felt free was on a basketball court at 7 in the morning, when the lights were off and nobody else was around. If that changes the way you think about what greatness really costs, hit the like button. If you think the
Be you. Be you. You are you 365 days of the year. Right. What they're trying to get you to do is not be you. And to me, that is a challenge. But it's a privilege, it's an honor. That means if they feel like they can take you out of your game, then they have a better chance of winning. Shut them up. Go out there and be you. If you be you, then they can't, they can't say anything. But if
you know Jordan petty, Second round, we play Michael Jordan. That's when Nick Anderson threw the ball. To this day, until I saw Last Dance, I did not know Nick Anderson said 45 is not 23. Oh, Lord. I would have said, man, y'all, you don't say Game 2, he comes out, keeps his top on. Man, number 45, Michael Jordan, kept his top on. Boy, both teams broke out of the huddles, coming to the court. That took out that damn thing. I saw 2-3. I said, oh, Lord, we in trouble. Superman's in the building, back cat, whatever you want to call him, Jesus. We in trouble tonight. They won Game 2. Every time he wore that number, they got fined $200,000. But we ended up winning 4-2 on that court. And they played us. That was Shaq last time in Orlando. They swept us. But I never forget this. And you can go back and look at the stat sheet. Jordan had 2 free throws at the end of the game. He hit the first one and missed the second one on purpose. He was like, what the f*** you doing? Somebody said, look at the scoreboard. He left 45 on the score.
All that trash talking starts when it's 0-0 instead of 5-6 point lead. That's where it starts. That's the sign of a good man. If you can talk.
Yeah. He's not going to retire. Get him at 40, he averaged 20. Missed 2 years, came back, averaged 20. He missed a year and a half, came back, won 3 straight championships. There's not out of the something years he played 9. He played 82 games.
That's an if though.
82 games.
He
played 82 games in 9 seasons. 81, and then he has an 80.
No, listen.
But that's what we're talking about somebody.
But I'm not saying who I don't like more though.
During the years, we're talking about during the years where he was getting clotheslined. Yeah. 82 games. Yeah. So when we're talking about durability, now you say 20 years. I get him for 20 years, knowing that, hey, this kid played for 20 years, but now he's gonna take that challenge.
But I'm saying though, that's a big if, and I'm not saying who I like more because I like Mike and Kobe more. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Yeah.
But if I'm the owner, you know what I'm saying? That's how I try to look at the best player of all time debate versus who I like. Because if I'm saying who I like, I just say Kobe. I'm taking Kobe. Spencer Dinwiddie's taking Kobe. But if I'm okay, I'm an owner. I just stepped into this thing. I could draft one person all the time. And I know my franchise is going to be straight for 20 years, and I'm going to go to the finals at 16 out the 20 years. I'm making a ton of money the whole 9. I could put anybody around him. You know what I'm saying? I could put a point guard with him, or I could put a center with him. Or I could put anybody else. That's a.
I usually go LeBron because I get everything. But when you're talking about what made Jordan Jordan, he didn't have a reference to follow. He was the best player on.
But I think he wanted to be Magic though.
What I'm saying, he was considered the best player ever by his second championship. So from there, he's just fucking around. Like it's not like LeBron's chasing someone. Yeah. So he's like, I still got to keep playing. The other one already got the crown of the best ever before he had 18,000 points. 18,000 points. He was considered the best player to ever touch this game. Everything else was cream on top. So they're never going to give you the spot. But if you can tell Jordan, who is hey, listen, there's a guy that's coming. Mm-hmm. So you have to put 20 years. Now no one's touching it. Because he was playing 80 games. If you ask for 3 more years, you're guaranteed 80 games out of Jordan. That's one thing that you can look at his resume and say, fuck, he played every game.
Yeah.
Like there was no... During an era where they were the most physical. Yeah. So now you got an era where there's nobody physical like that. Oh my God, I mean it's. So I gotta take what I seen here and take all the elements, right? And then say, here, no physical, no defense. They can't clothesline you. Who the fuck is stopping you? Yeah.
Mike, man, goddamn, man, it was scary, man. You know, I mean,
it was scary. You was scared.
Yeah, no, I wasn't scared. You know, just just getting ready to play against this motherfucker. You know, it wasn't. You ain't scared now. I ain't never scared. It's just the build up. You know, we getting ready to play against this motherfucker. I'm ready to play this motherfucker. A week later, I'm thinking about that motherfucker then. I see that nigga on the calendar. I said, oh Lord, here we go. We gotta get ready for this shit. Here we go, nigga. We gotta get ready for this shit.
Is Mike hands down the greatest player of all time?
To me, yes. I ain't seen nothing like it, man. You had to been out there to see this shit.
Who your top 3? Mike, then who's after him?
I like Kobe.
Over LeBron?
Yeah.
Why?
Kobe's a dog, man. LeBron, he make the right plays. He do all the right shit. You know, he play the right way. Kobe was a motherfucking natural born killer. A fucking killer. That motherfucker was a natural born
Hey, Kobe played with y'all. He gave Mike the business?
I seen Kobe when he was coming off the bench in L.A.
But that's the difference. LeBron never came off no benches.
I know it. Yeah, but I know it. But
think about this. LeBron James went to a team that won 13 games at 18 years old. Y'all just won 13 games. Y'all drafted this kid that's been on the front of Sports Illustrated, the chosen one. He 18 years old. Do you really think this nigga's gonna make a difference? You don't. You're like, come on, man. We might win 15 games next year. They won 30 something.
When Kobe came in the league was different than it is when LeBron came in the league.
Different leagues.
He did. It was.
Olajuwon, he played against all these guys.
But Kobe backed up Eddie Jones. That's my man. Eddie Jones is my brother.
But you gotta understand, he couldn't just come right in. Because Eddie, you gotta understand, Eddie was hooping his ass
off. He was. Kobe's the third best player to me. Ever. I go Mike, LeBron, Kobe.
Nah. That's good.
Y'all keep forgetting my favorite player, Dennis Rodman. He go over there.
This motherfucker.
He got it. Like I'm just saying, y'all keep forgetting him.
This nigga
if he ain't there, what Mike and him gonna do?
Fuck this nigga.
I'm just saying, y'all forgetting one of the greatest players in the history of life. He's my top 5, dead or alive.
Dennis Rodman. Hey, you know what? Shout out to Dennis. That's my boy. I fuck with Dennis though.
Hey, who the fuck?
But
ain't nobody going there grabbing 15 rebounds. Who doing that?
22.
Like who doing that?
Nah.
Like this is the greatest.
So that nigga had 30 rebounds one time.
And 0 points.
And 0 points.
Because he did his job. He did his job. He a legend.
Real talk.
Mike and them needed him.
We in the locker room, suit and tie. MJ walks down the locker room, suit and tie. I'm saying, what this?
Came in your locker room.
Like, yeah. Somebody's coming out like, what are you coming in here for? I was like, he coming to the training room or something? Where you come? He walks by me, he walks by Kevin Willie, get to Randy with me and taps him on the ass. He said, lace him up, it's going to be a long night. And turns to walk out. And I didn't know what to say. I'm shocked. I'm like, well, you tell that somebody Scottie Pippen, I'm going to kick his ass. I didn't know what to say, man. Yeah. I'm like, I'm blown away. Man, he had 60 that night.
What you do?
We won the game. Yeah. We had 60 that night. I had a hell of a game, but he was a hard man to beat. That team was so good though. Mm-hmm. That team was made up of a bunch of great great role players. And I think Scottie Pippen, I have a lot of respect for. I think he's one of the greatest role players to ever play this game.
Yeah.
He's probably the best.
Yeah.
To ever play this game.
It's so hard for a lot of players, especially in Mike's era, to give him his props. Why is it so easy for you to give him his props?
And if you ain't ever faced him, you don't understand. If you ain't ever faced Mike,
Only a real one,
you
yeah.
can't make that comment.
Yeah.
Man, I played against some of the most hard-nosed, talented players that ever played this game. He was a phenomenon, and he had attitude to go with it. When you played against Mike, his eyes were bloodshot red every game. Like he was possessed. I used to say to myself, "Oh, I got to go work tonight." Jesus is coming. You know.
I used to have good games against Mike.
Right.
I was quiet though.
Facts.
Right, because you didn't want to wake Mike up. So he asked me prior to playing against the Bulls, like, how you be doing against Mike? I'm like, I get my 23s, 24s, 25, 26s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Basically, I hold my own.
I hold my own. So we playing and going to the fourth. I got about 19, something like that. I'm having a good game. Right on pace. I'm having a good game. Right on pace. And he in Chicago, he's serving Scottie. He's really all around in that game. One of his breakout games, I feel, up to that point. He was on some
other
Chicago, Oakland shit. He was hyped to the roof, talking a gang of shit.
I was on 15, dog.
And
I was on 15.
It's quiet. He said, man, you keep going at Mike. Man, keep going at that motherfucker. And Mike right there. And we've been hyped all game, you know. I went baseline, dunked on Mike and I think Robin or something.
Right.
Pop, you know what I mean? With two hands.
Right.
He came through the middle, dunked on Luke Longley, nasty, and moved it this way.
Flash. Yeah, we in here. Yeah.
We was talking shit. We was rolling, slapping hands. You know, we wasn't quiet. We was handling our business.
Right. We young, wild.
Quiet.
But
okay,
order had to be restored.
Yes, absolute.
Quickly, teams walk out to timeout. He's man, you keep killing this motherfucker, man. I hear him, right? You know what I mean? I hear you.
So
you know
I'm
what I mean?
looking
And
for
Mike
him to give me something back. When he
said,
don't
man,
do that,
you know, I'm like, you keep killing that motherfucker. He can't fuck with you, dog. I was like, right. But I'm like, man, this Mike, man. I grew up on Mike, man. I remember 7th grade having the shoes on and stuff like that. That dude to get you 50 real fast, right? So I'm like, right. Then he doubled down, tripled down, I think. Say it again, man. You too strong for this motherfucker.
Right.
Keep killing this motherfucker, man. So we walked by and Mike looking at me. And looking at KG and looking at me. My spidey instincts told me, you know, to go a little closer to Mike and holler at him, right? I say,
cool him down a little bit.
He don't really know what time it is. You know what I mean? He don't know the name of the game. You know what I mean? And Mike said, Mike ain't really paying attention. He hear me, but he like in killer mode, so he's not registering. I said, you know, he don't know what he talking about, man. He just, you know, up there talking. He hype, you know how I be, man. You know what I mean? He don't know what's up. He don't know what time it is. He's like, okay. So the game started. All I know is they usually run triangle.
Right.
I'm on him, and it seemed like everybody disappeared. I felt everything. I'm by myself.
You by yourself,
right? So he hadn't done that the whole game. So he caught the ball and went. He did. I don't know what it was. It was a little sign that they had, and everybody moved out the way.
Right.
Right. He did it 4 or 5 times in a row. Bucket.
Yeah.
Foul.
Yeah.
And one. Yeah. And I jumped high, so he had that fadeaway. He'd be leaning, his foot like his foot would touch you. You know what I mean? He'd be leaning, right? Yeah. And I'm on him. I hit hands. Yeah. And one. I said, damn. Right? That was about his 9th or 10th point straight. He wasn't done. Bam, foul. Done. Bam, and
can't
one.
even help. We like, you by yourself.
Then he was hitting about 2 tough shots. He ran off about 15, 16, 17.
Word.
It's a timeout. We out of breath. I'm like, man, this motherfucking KG talking shit to motherfucking Mike.
Right.
Nobody talk to fucking Mike, man. I gotta guard this motherfucker, man. You know what I mean?
Right. That's when he went crazy.
Yo, man, my fault, Jay. My fault, man. You know what I mean? I said,
oh, good, man. Told you shut the fuck up, man. It's Mike, nigga.
Mike talking shit like, y'all done? Y'all ain't even gonna fight back? I mean,
no, we done. You got it.
We can really peel back all of the numbers. You can even go with the eye test. Everybody else is distant second behind Mike. And there's no disrespect on it. When you win 6 championships, you're the MVP of all 6. You never get to a game 7.
Yeah, no game 7.
You know, the first team all defense, first team all NBA, MVPs, regular season MVP. You know, and he did it with one team.
One team.
And you have to go through Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics and the Lakers, Phoenix Suns and Clyde with that Portland team that could have easily won championships, and Karl Malone and Stockton with Utah. You know, the clutch shots and just 2.
Michael, he never picked it up and then but he didn't touch it with both hands. That's the thing. You think so, Michael? 55 hits, 2 to come.
Michael, I didn't see two hands on him, Michael. But I believe you. You did. But I believe you. I saw one. I saw one.
What do you think was your welcome to the NBA moment?
MJ.
Took a breath before he said it.
Hey, we gonna start calling them initials. Initials.
Yeah.
MJ did
when he dunked on me.
Oh,
yeah, he
gotcha.
dunked on me, screamed, he flexed and screamed. I was like, man,
I
because I had
remember that
blocked
one.
a bunch of shots, he came on. It was like, the roar after he dunked on me, man, I was like, okay. Yeah.
At home or in
Yeah.
Chicago?
Oh, it was at home. He got me good. I'm blaming Kendall Gill for that. Yeah, Kendall Gill was always talking shit to Mike. And I'm like, yo, he gonna blow past you. He coming at me. Yeah. He coming at me. Michael played today, probably averaged almost 50 a game. I mean, he really would, because you wouldn't be able to touch him on the perimeter, so he'd be shooting a ton of free throws.
Was he a nice guy? It couldn't have been nice. With that kind of mentality he had, you can't be a nice guy. He would be difficult to be around if you didn't truly love the game of basketball. He is difficult.
Winning has a price. And leadership has a price. So I pulled people along when they didn't want to be pulled. I challenge people when they don't want to be challenged. And I earned that right because my teammates came after me. They didn't endure all the things that I endured. Once you join the team, you live at a certain standard that I played the game. And I wasn't going to take any less. Now, that means I had to go in there and get in a little bit, and I did that. You ask all my teammates, the one thing about Michael Jordan was he never asked me to do something that he didn't fucking do. When people see this, they're going to say, well, he wasn't really a nice guy. He may have been a tyrant. Oh, well, that's you, because you never wanted anything. I wanted to win, but I wanted them to win and be a part of that as well. Like, I don't have to do this. I'm only doing it because it is who I am. That's how I played the game. That was my mentality. If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way.
Michael couldn't have taken a bum Cavs team to the finals the way LeBron did. Mike took a coke-infested bum Bulls team and he lost to the Celtics. 5 Hall of Famers, then champions. You don't think Mike could have took that Cavs team to the finals in a conference that wasn't as strong? They called it the Leaston Conference. When LeBron was in the East, it was at its weakest. When Jordan was in the East, it was at its strongest. The defense, the physicality, the Knicks, the Cavs, the Pistons, the Pacers. And well, Michael didn't win without Scottie. They couldn't win without each other. It's a team sport. Well, no superstar wins alone. Scottie was piece was interchangeable. You put Dominique along with Mike, I see rings. And if you paid attention to The Last Dance, Scottie himself said, Michael took me under the wing. He made me become the alpha dog. Pip was a pup. Mike put the hurt in that motherfucker.
MJ's was a real one. It was 2 for 10 against Indiana. Had 6 points.
Damn.
And then, hold on. Is this Wizards? Yep, that was Wizards. Okay. Had 6, and then went out and had 51, 45.
Not happy after that.
Jesus Christ, dog. Like, I don't care what anyone say, man. When y'all sitting here debating, there's just little things you gotta look at in life just to show how great someone is. This man was drinking, smoking cigars, golfing, and then decided to come back, got in shape for the season. You talking about 23, 26, 28, 6, then go for 51, 45, 29. This man got so mad, he took 10 shots and then came back and shot 38 times. You know how in shape you got to be is, dog? This is crazy.
That's a lot of shots.
38, like, y'all gonna get this smoke.
Michael Jordan in the 1993 NBA Finals lost his mind. Game 1. He gave the Phoenix Suns 31 points. He said, okay, this is my average. I'll be cool with y'all today. Game 2, he said, let me turn it up. He said, let me turn it up. He gave them 42. Game 3, he said, let me turn it up a little bit more slightly. He gave him 44. Game 4, he said, okay, let me stop playing with y'all. Let me get in my bag for real. Gave him 55. Game 5, he said, okay, let me calm down a little bit. I'm still gonna turn up, but let me calm down a little bit. He gave him 41. Game 6, he said, okay, let me chill. Let me chill, close out this series. He gave him 33. This brother averaged 41 points a game in the finals. That is ridiculous. This man is... Bro, Michael Jordan is the greatest scorer ever.
This was Michael Jordan at 40 years old.
In the win over the Pacers, Jordan catch and shoot. That's his game. Not as fleet-footed as he used to be. Backdoor, Jordan off the window. Yeah, they really tighten it up, and we've seen this backcourt as Rodgers throws it away, intercepted by Jordan. Two-handed slam.
Nets as a team, 47% from the field. Jordan steps into a jumper and cans it. You would assume that Childs and/or Johnson's going to have to play.
Yep.
Jordan working on Jefferson, 5 on the clock. Resets himself for a jumper. In, out, and in again. Jordan, couple of pumps. Drawing Martin defensively. 4 to shoot. Jordan, couple of pumps. He's in the zone. Michael Jordan.
Showed in. Jordan going.
Fake. Jordan, fade away.
I stay him.
They are riding Jordan. And why not? Michael Jordan. Jordan. What year is it? Replacing Collins, and they've gotten excellent production from the center spot.
Michael Jordan was the most complete basketball player that's ever lived.
Mm-hmm.
Complete.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, completeness.
Preach.
So, like, his ability to do every aspect of basketball at the highest level. And I think that came from going to college.
Mm-hmm.
Because the best coaches are in college basketball. Because there's more.
Mm-hmm.
The best ones are there. So they design defenses and offenses that are different from the NBA. So you learn how to play against a zone defense. You learn how to play against a man-to-man, 1-3-1, 2-1-2. You know different defenses. NBA is just strict man-to-man. But your philosophies and thought process is from a totality of all of those defenses.
Yeah.
So now the game is easier for you, and you're much more easier. What I always say about Michael, he was still the most fundamental basketball player. Like, correct hand in the passing lane. But that was Michael. He was the best athlete and the most fundamental because he went to college for 3 years and developed certain things. Michael Jordan, most complete basketball.
Big Mitch takes the ball, waves it around. Bryson, where to go?
Give it back to Michael. Fake on the three. Rebound O'Neal now. Stolen by Jordan from Hardaway. Picked him. Bluffs one at the line. They leave him open. Oh, the Bulls are up. Oh, baby. He left jock straps all over the hardwood down here.
Ahead to Scotty. Had to run out, catch it, now throws it back to Michael. Caught it with one hand from 50 off the board.
Talk about an athlete. What a shot. A save and a shot by MJ.
Oh, what a move by
Little right, little left. What a show, and they love it here in Utah.
22 for Jordan. Williams able to get to the loose ball, and he's followed up Jordan with the recovery. And Jordan is fouled. The basket counts and a foul on Michael Jordan. Very upset.
Jordan with the strength, the concentration. This guy has built his body up and added great strength to a great talent.
Here's Jordan. Oh, yeah. There's the mustard shot by Michael. They'll show that one for years to come.
Two of their top perimeter guns shooting blanks at the moment. Jordan. Look at that. Get your highlight reels rolling. Number 23's in the house and has gone to work.
Michael even said that was a neat one.
He switched and put John Stockton on it, and he turned around and dunked. Don't stop. So some guy got up and almost followed him down the sidelines. Hey, Jordan, pick on somebody your own size. Next time down the floor, he dunked on Mel Turpin and went over and looked at the guy and said, was he big enough?
The ball, Sally finds it, taps it out. Jordan has it, though. Jordan driving on Lambeer and dunking. Did he elevate? Wow.
And you know, right from the 10-second line, the second he touched the ball, you know it's going to be some type of jam.
Jordan gets the step on Dale. Oh, beautiful reverse. Super play by Michael. He's got 6. To Michael. Yeah, and a foul. Oh. Pax feeds him. He takes one dribble, and it's a power slam. Back to Jordan down the lane. Whoa! Woo! Skirt dunk right over Sigma.
Whoa! Almost had a pick. Ball tapped loose from Elo, and here comes Jordan. Behind the back,
what a play! What a play! Michael gave him a great pass, layup, Scotty.
Peterson had to go high to get it. Finds Paxson. Jordan drives again.
Counted in the foul. Michael Jordan.
Side to the left. One bounce dribble now to Jordan. Michael in from the left side, jammed it right over Rollins.
Livingston went down on the fake and up over Tree Rollins. 7-footer blown down slant.
His man in that time, and that sort of clogged things up. Jordan. Oh, wow. Oh, that's what everybody's been waiting on. We'll have that one on replay.
MJ. Oh, he did it! Hey, Michael shakes the finger. He finally got his dunk on Mount Matumbo.
Williams with a follow-up, blocked by Jordan, cleared by Jordan. Here come the Bulls back looking for the lead. 3-on-1. Michael Jordan into the right for the
block shot by Jordan a second ago. Skiles waiting underneath the basket. Michael just spread eagled almost right over the top of Skiles. sequences that you will see.
27.1 seconds remaining.
Finds Reggie Miller, blocked away on a play! Sensational play by Michael Jordan. Wow! Woo! Goodness, where to come from?
Well, he closes his eyes. I think he's talking to Matumbo. And he hits.
He wants to post up down low.
There, Mike, look at this. Oh, man! Michael with a hang time move. You thought he saw all his hang times? There was a
man. Pippen gets it to Jordan. Michael challenges and slams.
And look at him. He wasn't there. Michael in on top. Everybody, 49.
Fake doubled up. Here's a pass stolen by Jordan. It's a 3-on-2 for the Bulls. Michael on the drive, in for the right, for the jam, and a foul, a try! Oh, man! Kelly Tripucka couldn't run out of the play quick enough.
He's strongest right now, but he's certainly still up there as Jordan goes in for a dunk, and he jams it over J.B. Carroll, and that's what I'm talking about.
Michael blocked by Artest. Oakley to Mercer. Mercer on the run. Oh, what a play! What a defensive play! A two-hand block, steal, game, set, match. What a defensive play by Michael Jordan.
Jordan, crossover.
Slam.
He gave him the crossover. Then he shook him with the hop step, rise. Oh, man, you just got posterized.
Along with Michael Jordan. Rounds the cart right to Jordan. Time winding down. Michael for three. Yeah! Yes! A winner! Unbelievable!
He comes into contact, throws it away. The Bulls have it. There goes Michael Jordan on the drive, 5 seconds. Jordan on the drive, right in the lane, 18-footer. It's deadlocked at 101.
Well, you just have to come. You just have to come.
2.5 seconds. Jordan again.
Hey, you just have to come.
He's done it again.
We're down to 5. Jordan putting moves on Russell. We're down to 2. Now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! It is all over. The Chicago Bulls have won at the buzzer in Game 1 of the National
everyone says that Michael had the golden boy image at the time, but he was the worst trash talker, that he would say anything. You were right there, just how nasty a trash talker was Michael.
With MJ, nothing was off limits. Your mom, your
wife, your kids.
your brother, your dog, you name it.
Like, I don't even think people realize how psycho this dude is. All you gotta do. And his mentality was destroy you.
Yeah, he wanted to embarrass you.
Yeah.
He wanted to make you quit.
Not just for today.
No, for life.
Yeah.
When every time you face him, he wanted to make you feel like, man, I ain't got nothing. I can't do nothing with this dude. I don't even want to play tonight. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to make you quit.
He wanted to basically take your heart with every possession. And I never had a player to do this before. I think I had 57 in Atlanta. We go back to Chicago weeks later.
Michael walks into our locker room in suit and tie, and I'm like,
what the hell is he doing? So I'm thinking maybe going to the training room or something. So he walks by me.
He walks by Kevin Willis. He gets to Randy with me. He taps him on his leg. He said,
lace him up. It's going to be a long night. He turned and walked out. And I'm in shock. I'm like, did he just?
And like, again, I didn't know what to say. And I just yelled something. I said, well, you tell that son of a bitch, Scottie Pippen, I'm going to kick his ass. I didn't know what to say. He had 60 that night.
Even though he had 60, it's the way he had it. It was electric, man. I mean, it was incredible to witness.
And that's that competitive nature that he had. A kid named LaBradford Smith used to play with the Bullets. He had 38 points on MJ. And we had to play him the next night. MJ didn't talk to anybody, walking off the court, and everybody was saying, oh, this is the next MJ. And he had scored those many points on MJ. The next game we played them in their in their arena, MJ had 40 at halftime. 40. And you never heard of LaBradford Smith again.
Never. And I'm from D.C. I don't remember LaBradford Smith.
We played them. I was playing for the Nets. We played them in the first round in the playoffs. I swore we was gonna beat them. They won by like 4 or 5 points. And we had them. I said, we gonna beat the Bulls. Oh my God, we gonna beat the Bulls, man. And he had like 24 points. Second game, he had like 25. Game 3 in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. Now you come on the start line out, for the jump ball, you dap everybody up. That motherfucker look at me and say, ho, where you going on vacation at? I was like, what the f*** me where I'm going? This game going to game 4. That man had like 23 in the first quarter. Callie Perry was the coach. Second quarter, Cal said, hey, Sam, we down like 19. Cal said, hey, man, I'm gonna let some of the other guys play, get some playoff. Halftime, we in the locker room. We had Xavier McDaniels, too. I said, X, you gotta do something. X, you gotta do something. You gotta fight them. I said, you gotta fight them and do something. X said, fighting ain't gonna help us right now. We down 30 at half. Man, it was crazy, man.
The time spotted, he was like, so how was it guarding Michael Jordan? I said, well, the way I guarded Michael is I'm gonna play back. I'm gonna make him shoot jump shots. I said, but the other thing is, every time he hit a shot, I was like, man,
good shot, Mike. You don't talk trash to him so he can go off for 60. You can try to kill him with kindness. You don't try to talk trash to him.
I complimented him the whole night every time he made him shot. Even when he missed it, Spot, I'd be like, oh, damn, dog, that was right there. That was the one thing I ain't gonna do is piss him off.
No.
I said, because he'll get 60. But if you talk just one little word, that's all he need.
That's the end of your night.
That's it. That's it. So I would
stay quiet when I played mine. I didn't talk too much. So what happened was, we're in Chicago, and I had played against Mike 3 times head up. So KG had never seen me play against Mike.
We in Chicago, it's my rookie year.
And I got about 24 going into the fourth quarter.
And I was playing great. Probably the best I've ever played in my life at this point, right? And J.R. Ryder is having an unbelievable game too. And
so as we come out the timeout, just I'm on, y'all. I can't even explain it.
We come out of the fourth quarter, KG like, man, keep going at his ass. Serve him. He can't guard you. Keep going at him.
Keep killing that, yo. You killing that straight up. You having a good game, Joe. Keep going.
Man, chill. It's like, what? I was like, he's standing right here, buddy.
He's right here. Mike can hear me. But I don't really give a so I'm like, so I double balance.
It's like, I don't care. Keep going at him.
I'm just feeling 19. I'm like, yeah, keep going. Killing him. Ooh, and
so as I say that, I feel it. Hands on hips, legs locked, and stabbed me for about 15 seconds.
Mike looked at KG, looked at me. I was like, Mike, he don't know the rules of the game, man. He's just a young puppy. You know what I mean?
Now MJ on the back leg joint, you know. He's leaning on you. Is that right? Okay, yeah, huh?
Mike looked at him again like, okay. Looked at me like, okay. I said, what you looking at me like that for, right?
In the short form of it, I woke up a sleeping dog. That big dog named Michael Jordan. He bites and he bit hard. And
went to the fourth quarter, man. That man got about 17 quick.
I can't even really describe the next like 6 to 7 minutes of play, yo. He down 25 now. It was just at 2. Mike had 18. He had like 40 now. JR, myself, we ain't scored in like about 4 minutes. Then I subbed like 3 of the starters. It got bad quick, yo. Come to the bench like this. So I was like, JR, man, my bad, dog. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. He like, it's cool, man. I told you, just shut your ass up, man. You're not fun. And Mike came down. Okay, young fella. Okay, damn, young fella. Damn, y'all done? Damn, young fella. Never talk Mike ever again in life.
I was young and I was going with spirit and passion, and it got me bitten in the ass. It's definitely burnt into my brain. But wherever I see Jordan, he always does the same thing every time. He palms my head and he says, "You remember I gave you 40 3/4?" And I was like, "Man, go ahead." And then he has like this sidekick of people around him. He's like, "Hey, pull that up." And then the guy goes and pulls it up. And I'm like, what is this? It was a true Jordan brand moment. Shout out to Michael Jordan, though, man.
When I was a rookie, my first game playing against Michael Jordan and the Bulls. And we had a guy named Greg Minor guarding him. You know, it was a little dust up. Greg's playing hard. He's playing, of course, you got to play as hard as you can as MJ. Right. It's opening night. My mom at home watching, the kids watching, everybody watching. So they got in a little scuffle. MJ's going to the free throw line. And he looks at Greg and he says, "I should make you take my shoes off." I looked down, I didn't even realize it. I looked down and he got the Jordans on. So I said, oh man, this is my first game ever. I said, this is what I got to look forward to.
You learned a valuable lesson though, right?
Well, obviously I didn't say much to MJ the rest of the night.
That's
right. I didn't want to be on that reel.
But I do know he does take everything personal. And in everything that he does, cards, whatever. I was in a room with him for, I don't know, 5 hours one time, the day of a game. He wouldn't let us leave. Me, Tom Chambers, it was an exhibition game, and he would not let us leave. And we were stiff. I called Cotton, said, "Cotton, I can't go." He said, "That's okay, I was gonna hold you out." Tom called him up. "Cotton, I'm sore, I can't go." "That's okay, I wasn't gonna play." I couldn't hardly walk. I mean, literally, we had played the night before, traveled that day. I was stiff as a board. He would not, it was Scottie Pippen in the room, Horace Grant, and we just going at it. So Jordan stands up in the room and he says, "You tell that boy Dan Marley, I got something for him tonight." He looked at Tom and I, he said, "I'm gonna give your boy 40.
In an exhibition game?
Yeah, we like, who? Dan. I'm like, yeah, okay. Bet 100. Bet 200. I took the bet. Tom took the bet.
Oh no.
So he starts the game and he just going nuts. I'm over there still stiff. I got heat packs under my clothes. This man's out there going crazy. And Tom and I sitting there looking at him like, this dude is just insane. So he had about 34. And he walks over to the bench and he catches the ball. He catches it. He looks at Tom and I like, "Get that money ready." He catches the ball and Dan's guarding him. He reverse pivots on him, so Dan's got to backed up, and he went right, and he just tried to tear the rim down. Tongue wag, he went down like this, right, and holding up 400. Nobody knew what the 4 was, right? And so Cotton called a timeout, and Michael came over after the timeout. He said, "Cotton, your boys, they were playing cards with me all day. Told on us." So that's why. Oh yeah, so that's why. Yeah, so that's why y'all not playing. And they bet me too. I told him I was gonna give your boy Dan Marley 40, and he had 36, 38. And we sitting over there, and Cotton turns to Dan, who's a rookie, right? He said, "Dan, what did you do to Michael? Just messing with him." And Dan was like, "I didn't do anything to him." So we fell out laughing, and he went, man, he dunked for the 40 on everybody. And look, what ran past bitch, "I want my money." Checked himself out the game. The next day, Cotton tried to kill me and Tom, virtually the whole team in practice, because he felt that that's the reason we didn't play.
Oh my goodness.
So Michael will tell.
Oh my goodness. Wow. All right.
Second round, we play Michael Jordan there.
Yeah.
That's when Nick Anderson
stole the ball.
Yeah.
To this day, until I saw Last Dance, I did not know Nick Anderson said
He was like 45, isn't 23. Oh, man.
Oh, Lord. I would have said, man, y'all, you don't shut up. What is you doing? You don't get this man no feel.
Yeah.
So, game 2, never forget. He comes out, keeps his top on, and then they do the announcement. He say, man, number 45, Michael Jordan. Yeah, crowd go crazy. You know, we at home, but it sounded like we in Chicago. Both teams broke out of the huddles, coming to the court. That took out that damn thing. I saw 2-3. I said, oh, Lord, we in trouble. Superman's in the building, back cat, whatever you want to call him, Jesus. We in trouble tonight. So they end up winning game. They won game 2.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
When we met them the next game, MJ just went off.
So they end up beating us.
Yeah.
I'm not for sure, but we ended up winning 4-2 on that court. That was the first time Horace Grant left Chicago.
Yeah, y'all carried him off the court. I remember all that. I remember all that bullshit.
Yeah, I remember that.
And just to watch all the celebrating that they were doing, I think that's what he took to heart. He used that for that next year.
After the season, usually there's a time period where Michael takes some time off. The night they lost to Orlando, I said, Michael,
when you want to start? He said, tomorrow, lifting weights. And he said, all he kept thinking was Orlando. Man, they played us. They swept us. But I never forget this, and you can go back and look at the stat sheet, and they were just, they was Horace Grant. Horace couldn't do nothing, put his head down and just laugh. It was on the free throw line right in front of us. Jordan had 2 free throws at the end of the game. He hit the first one and missed the second one on purpose. And we was like, what the you doing, you know? Somebody said, look at the scoreboard. Well, you know Jordan petty in the motherfucker. He left 45 for last year on the scoreboard.
I'm a really nice guy. Mm-hmm. I'm not the biggest of guys. I may be tall, but I wasn't the biggest or strongest guys. I needed to have a little bit of an edge. I started talking as soon as I got into the league, but I had a bad experience. My rookie year, we were playing the Chicago Bulls, and this is Michael Jordan's 3rd or 4th year in.
Okay.
And we were playing the next exhibition game in some obscure place. And Michael's going through the motion, and Chuck Person, who's on my team, who's a trash talker as well, is like, can you believe Michael Jordan? The guy everyone's talking about, who's supposed to be able to walk on water, you're out here killing him, Reg. This is in the first half. He's like, you should be talking to him. He's like, you know, you're right. Michael, who do you think you are? The great Michael Jordan? That's right. There's a new kid on town, right? Kind of looks at me and starts shaking his head. So at half, I have 10, and he has 4 points, right? I'm doing all this talking. He's like, okay. End of the game in the second half, he ended up with 44, and I ended up with 12. So he outscored me 40-2. And as he's walking off, he's like, be sure and be careful. You never talk to Black Jesus like that. I'm so sorry, Black Jesus. I'm so sorry.
Did you ever do it again?
Never to Michael Jordan. Never to Michael.
So there was a comfort level with his confidence and his dominance, his sort of king of the hill mentality. So you went into every game like, yeah, he's on our side. But you went into every practice like, I better not get on his bad side. You know, he's the most intense practice player I've ever been around. And his theory was that he was going to put pressure on all of us every day in practice so that we'd be ready for the playoffs and the pressure that comes with adversity. And so every day at training camp was just a war. Every day was a battle. And he talked a lot.
I wanted them to understand what it felt like to be in the trenches. And if you don't understand, then you're not going to respond when the war starts.
Our practices were so intense because Phil, the mastermind behind everything, would put MJ on the second team. And me and Scotty would be on the first team. And being competitive like he was, man, unreal. And, you know, of course, punches got thrown, many fights.
Being his teammate, he challenged you. You had to stand up to him and prove your worth. And so we got into it one day. It was just a competitive practice, and there was trash talking. And
so one day at practice, Phil put Steve Kerr guarding me.
And he's talking all kinds of trash, and I'm pissed because, you know, we're getting our ass kicked.
Phil sensed my aggression, and he starts calling these tick-attack fouls. Now I'm getting mad because for you to be protecting this guy, it's not going to help us when we play New York.
It's not going to help us when we play these teams that are very physical. Next time he did it, I just hauled off and I said, when I fouled Steve Kerr, I said, now that's a foul. He hauls off and hits me in the chest. And I just haul off and hit him right in the eye. And Phil just throws me out of practice.
And it was probably, in a weird way, the best thing that I ever did was stand up for myself with him. Because he tested everybody he played with, and I stood up to him.
He earned my respect, because he wasn't willing to back down to be a pawn in this whole process.
We talked it out, and
I called Steve and I apologized. I said, look, man, it had nothing to do with you. I feel bad.
From that point on, our relationship dramatically improved. It was like, all right, we got that out of the way. We're going to war together.
So we got Chicago Bulls coming in town, and unfortunately, I got a sprained ankle. So they're getting off the bus. We're done with shoot around, and we're walking out, and MJ says, B. Scott, what's going on? Man, I hear that you're not playing tonight. I said, no, I sprained my ankle. He said, who's guarding me? I said, Anthony Peeler. He said, 50. So I told Anthony Peeler, listen, MJ, he's probably going to go for about 50 tonight on you. So just don't piss him off. He ended up with 54. So the man could do basically whatever he wanted to do on that basketball court.
We're playing. We go up 9 with about 3 minutes to go.
Mike is 4 for 16 from the field. He's having a really rough night.
Right.
So Derek decides, because there's about 10 minutes to go in the game and we're winning, he decides to say to Michael Jordan, who's having an off night,
Told you we're gonna whoop your ass tonight.
Told you we're gonna whoop your ass tonight.
hey, Mike, shit's not falling tonight, Mike. You're having an off night, Mike.
Bill Jackson looks down the bench. What do you want to do? So Michael ties his shoe up, takes his towel off, walks in, he stands next to me, and says, little man, I told you about talking trash to me. I said, man, we up 9 with 3 minutes to go. You're not beating me tonight.
Over the top of Scott. Michael's second in a row. Oh, what a move by Jordan on the reverse. 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Jordan on the pull-up. Yes, and a foul. 20 for MJ. He's got
24 points in the last 10 minutes.
He went on
Goodness
the
gracious.
15 points to beat us.
The steal goes in on Anthony.
And if you watch the video, the last one he made to win.
This is no catches the ball in the post. He does the typical Jordan fadeaway. He knocks down the shot. They go up by 6. He turns to the bench and says, shut up, you little bitch.
He's looking for me. He's like, I told you about talking trash to you.
Michael Jordan with a hot fourth quarter, 19 in the fourth quarter, and the Bulls prevail in this one.
That's the sign of a good man. If you can talk in an even score or talk in your behind score. When you're ahead, it's easy to talk.
You always like to with you. That's just who we are with one another when we come in contact. I mean, even off the court to this day, walking around, he'll put his hand up high, try to, for me to give him a high five. And I'll put my hand down low, like, then you come down and give me a low five. So it's just the way we compete against one another. He always called me short, little fella. Yeah, you can be low ass. He always called me low ass and that short stuff.